go. Do you want to go first, matey?
Can do. What's the first category?
So the first category I put down as like old PS1 games. Doesn't necessarily have to be PS1, just like old games you grew up playing, I guess.
Well, no, I did PS1 games because
Fuck's sake, George.
I'm old as fuck, so I could be picking like fucking Nintendo 1 games or whatever the first Super Nintendo games. Alex Kidd and all that shit.
Pac-Man.
But I picked I've just like deleted my whole list.
Check your phone. Check your phone.
Yeah, check
it doesn't do.
Oh, motherfucker!
There we go.
You know what? It was worth coming in today just to learn that. I never knew you could undo on phones.
Yeah. Just shake it.
That saved the podcast. Right, let me be kind of really
It didn't save
now.
the podcast, mate. It'll still be as bad.
Well, it would have just been white noise otherwise for me. I'd have just been shrugging at you.
In shock.
Right, so I did PS1 games. The first game I'm picking, without shadow of a doubt, Final Fantasy VII. Classic, JRPG as they call them. Square Enix, whatever it's called now.
What is RPG?
Role-playing game?
Role-play.
Or rocket-propelled grenade,
Yeah.
if you're in that army. But role-playing game, yeah. Those things you do with... Mrs. George left you. Thoughtless of me.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say those things you do with Mrs. George, but then I realised halfway through the sentence.
I think that's more Mike than me.
Yeah, you're right there. Anyway, let's get back on track. Final Fantasy VII, kids of my age. If you're my age and you played video games, you played Final Fantasy VII. Role-playing game, right? Turn-based strategy kind of combat, but also it was kind of one of the first, like, what felt like an open worldy style game as well, because you could do like little side quests and whatnot. Raise chocobos, which were like mythical bird, ostrich creature thingies. Incredible like musical score, storyline. That's way back in the day when millions of hours went into producing a video game. So my first one's Final Fantasy VII. Am I just doing all 4?
How many have they done? The Final Fantasy?
Oh, like loads of them. Some better than others, right? Like 10 was pretty good as well.
They must have remade it for like PlayStation 5 because that's the first one that came up, but it is a PlayStation 1 game. I never played that.
They actually remade the whole game with like, they didn't just like port it to the PS5.
Okay,
they actually fully remade it.
They're doing that with loads of stuff now.
Yeah.
But I mean, play Resident Evil?
Yeah.
They're redoing those as well now.
Yeah, but like, those are so kind of compelling that I get why they remade them. Am I just going through the whole list?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Tony Hawk's 2, just because of the soundtrack. Street Fighter Alpha 3, which was part of like the Street Fighter series. I could just say Street Fighter really, but Alpha 3 was the final. I think it was the final actual hand drawn one, and I can't handle like there's too much CGI in the universe, right? So I think you lose all the charm when you see like 3D beat 'em ups, like Tekken and all that started it, right? This was back when they did hand drawn animations, and finally, a little known probably for people my age will remember it, but Tenchu Stealth Assassins, which is one of the first like stealth games. Remember when like Metal Gear Solid came around? You won't remember because you're young, but that was like a pretty new genre of game right at the time.
Yeah.
But there was Metal Gear Solid that was like shooting and stuff. But Tenchu Stealth Assassins was like you were a ninja, right, back in the ninja
in the
era,
ninja days.
Yeah, and you would like slope around. And you kill people with stealth, right? Just slash their throats and stuff. It was a really cool game, cool storyline and whatnot.
Yeah, explains.
So those are my 4, but those are far above.
How old are you when you're playing these? Explains why you're not sleeping now as an adult.
10 or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it explains a lot.
Yeah, I think my mum bought me that, and she didn't realise, because I had like the 18 thing on the front, because it was pretty gory. And I think she just didn't realise that you could, she obviously didn't notice it, and didn't realise that video games were actually pretty gory. And yes, I probably shouldn't have been playing that, but it was a good game.
What a game changer, like time of the world. Even back when like CDs had the parental advisory sticker on, like that just meant you want to buy it. Even if it was shit music, you were like, I want to buy that because it's got a parental advisory sticker on it.
Yeah.
So right, mine, same as you, mate. I've got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
That's good. That's
classic.
Cool. It's good. We got one common choice.
Square boobs, pointy boobs, Tomb Raider. Remember?
Is that what you called it? It's pointy boobs.
Pointy boobs.
Mum wanted to play pointy boobs.
The classic.
It was. How did they get away with that? Just put like 2 kind of
cones.
Cones on the front there. But Tomb Raider, the first Tomb Raider was a great game.
What was Tomb Raider's servant called? Not servant, butler.
You just used to lock him in the fridge.
Yeah, you used to lock him. Remember that?
Every kid used to do that, which probably tells you a lot about why there are higher crime rates now. I don't know what it's called. Probably Alfred.
Shooting them square guns, square boobs.
Dual wield.
Yeah, ba 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 ba. Classic. Spyro the Dragon. Anybody did you play that?
That was really
I
like
used to play that.
Yeah.
no.
This was the age gap now. We can see like
Yeah, so you were like
Yeah.
6 when this was out, and I was like 16 probably. So
yeah,
that's
and,
probably why.
Abe's Odyssey. Do you remember that?
I remember that he was like a weird kind of like tall walking.
It kind of looks like
worm thing.
it's like if you know Squidward off SpongeBob SquarePants. It kind of looks like Squidward if you were like from the underworld, you know.
Don't they say that was like the apex of platform games? Because nobody really plays platform games now, right? You know, it's just like walking and jumping up
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So Abe's Odyssey was like the apex of that.
I really want to buy a PlayStation 1 and a square
Do you want
telly.
one? I've got one, and I don't want it.
But you've got a PS1.
It's my auntie. She gave it to me, and I don't really want it. So if you
Can I
want
have
it,
it?
you can have it. Yeah.
Have you got any games for it?
She's got Abe's Odyssey on it.
Fuck, bring it in.
We could get it up,
She's
set up in the
she's
studio.
got loads of Tomb Raiders and Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, mate, bring it in. I'll have that. I need to buy a square telly though, or like a converter because it
Buy
like
a converter.
right. We're on.
Oh, because you can't play. All right. Yeah.
It used to be like the.
You know
It's
you can
the
buy
red-
like
red,
emulators
yellow, and
now.
white thing.
What do you mean?
You can buy like emulators where they like port the games to more modern technology.
No,
so
I
you
want it
don't
on the
have to
old
get,
one. You know, like the
Classic.
Where you press it, it takes like 10 minutes to come on.
Yeah.
A mate of mine used to have like a
What was
Mega
the song?
Drive.
What was the song? The noise that came on for PlayStation 1? Play it through phone.
It was like really ominous.
Go on
like,
YouTube. Let's have a bit of nostalgia here.
While you're doing that, a mate of mine used to have a Mega Drive, right? And he played it on a black and white TV. You know?
Yeah.
Because like when I was a young kid, was poor, man. I didn't even have I think the first one I ever got was a SNES when I was about 10. But he had like one before then. But the TV in his house was black and white. He was playing like black and white video games.
Here we go.
That'd be kind of kitsch now.
Whoa, it takes you back, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Oh, we could end the podcast there. Thanks for watching. That was fucking class. Save that for later. We'll end on that.